Gotcha, gotcha. All right. You and Joe always seem to flow so naturally with what's going on in the octagon while UFC's going on. What makes you and Joe Rogan such a good team together?
Um, Respect, respect and a true friendship. We get asked that all the time, and the real answer is probably I don't know, but I'm sure glad whatever it is we have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you build chemistry? How do you create a friendship? You don't. You either have it or you don't, and Joe and I are blessed to have both. We have great chemistry on the air, and that's out of the mouths of many others, because, it wouldn't be for me to say, but, everybody always talks about the great chemistry Joe and I have. And we also have a friendship because we are friends off the air, and people can tell that, and we respect each other. We respect each other as broadcasters. I respect him as a broadcaster. He respects me as a play-by-play guy, a true tactician of the format and the timings and the features and all the juggling that I have to do. And I respect the fact that the guy's a black belt in Taekwondo and a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and, knows the fight game and has lived the fight game his whole life. And so it's a lot of mutual respect. It's a true friendship, and it's camaraderie. And also it's a lack of ego. I mean, the way I look at it is if I see it or Joe says it, as long as it gets said, hey, we've had a great show. And I'm the kind of guy who's happy to be the quarterback who they don't talk about, but I was the quarterback who won you every game. And that's the way I approach my role, especially with Joe. To me, Joe's the star, and it's my job to get him the ball and get him the ball in a place where he can be successful. I've got all the plays written on my arm, and that's fine with me. I'll be that guy, and I'll just, march it up and down the field. And, at the end of the day, they're going to go and interview Jerry Rice first. And if they want to go and interview Joe first, I'm all good with that because as long as we win as a team, we win as a production team, and the fans are entertained. That means, we come back and get to do it another day.
I got one last question for you, Mike. UFC has grown, as like you said, over the years. What do you expect, or what do you see UFC doing in the next couple of years to expand even more?
I just think that, the real key is, and the year has started out with a perfect example of it in Sydney, Australia. The real growth is going to be the global domination that Lorenzo Fertitta has talked about for the last couple of years. And I really believe that while we continue to get new fans every single day in North America, because certainly we're not done there, but man, we've done a great job, and man, our fans are loyal, and they come in bunches, and our buildings are sold out, and obviously we want to bring it everywhere we can in North America. We obviously want to bring it to all the places we haven't been in the States. We want to get into all the different provinces. We want to get approved in New York. We want to get approved in Ontario. We're going to Boston. But the examples of Abu Dhabi and, probably a return trip to Germany or Ireland and the UK later in the year, and now, they're talking to more places in Southeast Asia, and Lorenzo's made some crazy trips that Dana was actually talking about at the Fight Club not long ago. And, will we be in China down the road for the next UFC? That's a real global. I think that, in addition to getting to all the great places where our fans are domestically, the real thing we're going to see is the Sydney Australias and the Perth Australias and the Beijings and where do we go next? Is it Hamburg, Germany? Are we in Seoul, South Korea in a year? And that, to me, is going to be the real visible growth globally of the UFC. And I think that's going to be the most dominant theme and the biggest difference in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm extremely confident of it.
Beautiful. Well, Mike, before I go, I'm going to have to ask you, I know a lot of people love it when you say it's all over. Can I get one of those from you?
Absolutely. It is all over.
I just want to thank Mike Goldberg again for taking time of his busy day to come aboard MMA Disputed and answer some of my questions. I hope you guys continue reading my blog as more MMA news and interviews are coming soon.